Hi guys, I'm Maggie. Today I'm going to lead you through some of my favorite basic stretches for dance. These are great if you're trying to get a warm-up in before class or if you're just working on your flexibility. These are really simple stretches that don't feel like you're doing too much, but if you do them every day, you'll see incredible results. Let's get started. If you're not able to join me right now, add this video to your watch later. I'm going to go ahead and start by pressing out the ankle and just getting a stretch in that foot. You can bend, plie that other leg. Just pressing over, trying to get a stretch throughout that ankle. Sometimes you can feel it more like that, and then straighten both legs to really feel it through the ankle and the top of the foot right there. Okay, from here I'm just going to stretch out the back of the legs, so taking a wide-legged position and folding forward, just sinking down right here, trying to release any tension in the hips and using the head as a weight to pull you down. Hanging out here. You can grab your elbows and swing if that helps you to add some extra weight. Just breathing and relaxing into the back of those legs. Add a plie and really feel it get nice and loose in those hips, and then straighten back up to see if you can go down even further and release. Bending and straightening and bending and straightening. From here, I'm going to walk it over to the right side and just hug the right leg. Do you need a nose? You can bend that opposite leg, straighten, bend, and straighten. Walking both hands to the outside of the ankle to pull yourself even closer, and breathing through it again. Using your arms to pull yourself close to your leg. You can walk back through center. Take a couple plies there to reset before we go over to the left. Walking it over and pulling yourself closer. Bending, straightening, bending, straightening. Both hands on the outside of the ankle and pulling yourself closer. Breathing through it. Making sure to release any tension that you have in your hip. And one more time through center. Bend and straighten. Bend, and when you straighten, think of pressing those hips up and folding forward, releasing all the tension in your upper body, using your head as a weight to pull you down. Okay. From here, I'm going to turn my feet out and take a wide-legged plie and try and stretch through those hips, kind of shifting your weight. Seeing if you can get deeper. You can kind of twist your arms to press out each hip and feeling the stretch in the inner thigh. Breathing through it. Stretch is really helpful for your middle splits. Really stretching out right here. To rotate and find wherever I can release the most tension in my leg and hold it there. Keep doing it. Breathing through. Awesome. So from here, I'm going to press out my hips the same way, but to the front. So I'm taking the right leg in front and my left knee on the ground and pushing my weight forward, really sinking into those front hips. Breathing through it. This is when I start to notice that I'm holding a lot of tension right here. I have to focus my breath right there to release it. Pressing forward even deeper into that hip. Try and sink even deeper with each breath. Keep breathing through it. When you feel ready, moving on to the other side. And pressing through again. You can also check and see if your hips are squared. You can go like this and get a deep stretch that way. But right now I'm focusing on that hip right here and right here. So wanting to square off a little bit and press through. Breathing and releasing your tension. Okay, from here I want to stretch out those glutes. So I'm going to put one foot on top of my knee and my knee on top of the other foot and stretch forward. Sinking through this, again using your head as a weight to pull yourself forward. Still making sure that you're seated and not pulling all the way up, keeping those hip bones on the floor. All right, when you feel ready, switching, putting the other foot on top of the other knee and the other knee on top of the other foot. Noticing I'm a lot tighter on this side. So again, wanting to use the weight of my head to pull myself down. All right, from here, I'm gonna go into a quad stretch. So just putting that left leg behind me and tucking my heel into my bottom and rolling on my back. You should feel the stretch right here. If you don't and you're ready to get more advanced, you can lay it all the way down and not just up on your elbows. Making sure your heel is nice and tucked in. You should feel a stretch right here. If that's not deep enough stretch for you, you can lay all the way back and sink down. Breathing through it. Making sure your heel is nice and tucked in right here. Okay, and whenever you're ready, coming up and switching sides. Tucking that right heel in and folding over. Really feeling your stretch right here. If you don't feel it, take it all the way down and breathe through it. Trying to sink into it right there, releasing your tension. Okay, from here, we're going to lay on our stomachs. So, going down right here into a frog stretch. So bending those legs behind you and using the feet as a weight to push them down. Really opening up the hips. Trying not to force those feet down, but just letting the weight push them down for you. You can bend your knees more for a greater stretch, or release them a little bit if you want less pressure in the hips. Breathe through it wherever you are. Okay, from here, straightening those legs and just pushing up through the back to stretch. And I'm going to lower, tuck those toes underneath me, see if I can get even more of a stretch. Pressing my shoulders down, breathing. Push up. Okay. From here, we're going to flip on over to our backs and stretch out those legs. So I'm going to take my right leg up, just kind of shifting it around, loosening it up in the hip. Whenever you feel ready, extending that leg up to straighten. This is a great time to use a TheraBand or a towel if you have one. You can pull that leg closer to you, or just using your hands. Really flexing the foot to get the most out of that stretch if you want it deeper, or relaxing it if you want less of a stretch. You can bend down and straighten to try and get it closer to you. Bend and then pull closer and tug on it. All right, when you're ready, switching legs. The left side, rolling out that hip. And raising it up. Really trying to straighten that knee and flex that foot for the most of that stretch, or relaxing it if you want less deep of a stretch, and pulling it close to you with those arms. Bending, straightening, bending and straightening and pulling it nice and close. Awesome. Doing the same thing, but this time to the side. So, rotating that hip to the side of you, really feeling that knee tucked into your armpit, and then pulling it up to the side. You can grab the top of your foot and pull it in. Also extend this if that helps you get a greater stretch. And pulling it nice and close to you. Again, bending and straightening here, bending and straightening to pull it even closer, and releasing back down to the other side. Rotating that hip, and then when you're ready, releasing it out. Pulling on it, and bending, and straightening, and bending, and straightening, trying to bring it as close to you as you can. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you come back and watch this video to see your flexibility improve. If you want to see my whole dance stretch series, download our app, Yoga Plus.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the Pose Library. Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.